A tough division, as we know. You got A-Raj back with the Packers. Vikings should get their act together. Lions, we'll see what's up with Campbell, the new WWE head coach for the Detroit Lions. And this is a team that I think a lot of people think is kind of lying in the weeds here. You just need some better quarterback play. The defense has been right for a couple of years, and we're joined now by their star wide receiver, Allen Robinson, one of the best of the game. Allen, how you doing, bud? Tiki and Tierney, what's going on, man?
I'm doing well, man. How you guys doing?
We are great.
Yeah, we're doing fantastic. We're pumped to talk to you. And before we get into the team and Fields and Dalton and what you guys can do this year, Teak, you tell me if you feel this as well. I feel like we know he's only going to be 28 coming up in a few weeks, but I feel like Allen Robinson's been around for 13, 14 years. First couple of years with the Jags, hurt his knee, been a stud with the Bears as well. You're not even 28 yet. So individually, like, how much better can Allen Robinson get? Already one of the best, but what's your upside?
Yeah, man, that's what makes everything so exciting for me. As a player, I've been able to have a lot of experiences in this league. Play with different guys, play in different systems and things like that. And I'm still a pretty young player in this league. So I know for myself, the best ball for me that I've played is still ahead of me. And then whenever I kind of think about that, whenever I'm going out there practicing and watching tape, and just knowing that and seeing where I'm getting better at, each and every day, always not only eases my mind, but it's what makes the game exciting. Those small things and consistently getting better and consistently being better.
Yeah, I know. 100 catches each of the last couple of years, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns in 2014, as BT was alluding to. But all of this depends, Allen, as you know, on quarterback play. And right now, there's a battle, I guess, going on in camp. I mean, at least that's how we're positioning it. As you look at it between Andy Dalton and the rookie Justin Fields, what's the battle look like?
Again, Coach Nagy has kind of already stated, as far as what he stated, dealing with the quarterback position, but for the most part, being able to get a chance to go out there with Andy, a guy who's a vet in this league and who's played a ton of football, I feel like the connection that we've had, since mandatory minicamp, has been very good. Each and every time we step out on the field, for passes we complete, for passes we don't complete, we're continually going back, watching the film, and figuring out how we can get better, whether if it's, timing, me being on his time or vice versa, whatever the case may be, but just for our, quarterback to receiver relationship on the field and playing and stuff like that, I think that's been very good, and then to state the obvious, we have one of the young guys, young up-and-coming stars to be in this league with Justin. He's a guy who comes out there each and every day, takes it all in, wants to learn, wants to get better, and I've said this before, he has a first guy in, last guy out, kind of mentality each and every day, so that's fun to see as well, So for me, again, all those other decisions and stuff like that, I don't make, I just go out there, try to figure out how I can get better, how I can help this team get better, and how I can help us get to, to be a top offense in this league.
So we're talking to Allen Robinson, and that's a name you're going to call pretty early in your fantasy drafts, which, by the way, are coming up. So get ready, set up the man cave, and these drafts will be happening pretty soon. And Robinson, one of the better receivers in the game. It's interesting, Allen, because you know how it is, man. You've been around the game long enough, and when there's a guy like Andy who is a good pro and was very good in Cincinnati, bunch of playoff appearances, great synergy with A.J. Green, another terrific receiver who's now with Arizona. But after a while, you're like, we want to see the new guys. It is how it is. We get all lamped up with these young guys. I feel like Andy Dalton just gets glossed over and gets, I think, to an extent, disrespected. I know you're going to let the coach make that determination, which is smart. You do your job and let him do his. But if Andy Dalton is the quarterback for the whole season or most of it, can you go where you need to go with Andy Dalton as your quarterback specifically?
Most definitely. I think what makes a guy like Andy, and even a guy like myself, and some of the other vets we have in this league special is that, it's always going to be younger guys that come in and, that's always, exciting and fun, but again, Andy has a chip on his shoulder and a stake to claim in this league as well. Same for myself, again, as guys who played in this league, each and every day we go out there with a chip on our shoulder, because we're guys who, not only belong in this league, but who have done what we've done, and also want to go out there and compete. And I think that's what makes vet guys special. Especially being in Andy's situation. He's played a ton of ball in this league. He's led teams to playoffs and stuff like that. So Andy definitely has a chip on his shoulder. Just for how he's going about everything, and And again, I think for a receiver and for other guys looking at it, it's fun to see.
Yeah, and you and I think Chris Godwin might be the only two, Alan, that got the wide receivers that were tagged this year. But, regardless of who got tagged, is this a prove-it year for you in your mind? Not that the tag is interesting because you get paid a grip, right? You get paid a lot of money. But at the same time, it's like I want long-term stability and respect that comes from a long-term contract. What do you have to go out and prove this season to earn that?
Yeah, to be honest, it's not a prove-it year at all. For myself, I think that people across the league know what I'm capable of, but it is kind of for me a year to put my foot on the gas, and continue to ascend, based on the things that I've done over however much time. That's my thing is I want to go into this year not prepared, through the off season for this to be, my best year. Again, each and every year you step into this league, you want to get better. And I feel like I've been doing that, and this year is no different. I want to be better than I was last year. And I want to play the best football that I've played this year. So I've been locked in and focused on that, from the time last season ended. And that's my number one focus.
Your number one focus is obviously securing the future, not just for yourself, but multiple generations and somebody of your caliber. Again, as Tiki said, the franchise tag, we can all do a lot worse than that, but right. I think we all know that you deserve more guaranteed, and that's going to hopefully get resolved and rectified favorably for you. But you still have to hear the noise, even though you're consumed with your own business. And there's been a lot, I'm sure it's a big topic on the airwaves locally in Chicago. Tiki and I talk about it all the time. Matt Nagy, listen, coaches, they got to win. Do you sense a coach right now that understands it's time to start cranking out some dubs here, or there might be somebody else barking some plays on Sundays? Do you think he feels the pressure? Does he project that? Maybe is a better way to ask it.
Coach Nagy has always been the same guy, since he got here. So I have no idea. That'd be a better question for him. But what I will say is, me and Coach Nagy both got here the same year in Chicago, and we haven't had a losing season, and I don't think that it's too many teams across the league that can say that in general, So I have no idea, when it comes to everything like that and how that's considered, but I do know from a team standpoint. Again, we haven't had the success or reached the success that we want to reach over the past few years, but we also haven't had a losing season, And again, winning is not something that comes easy in this league, So, again, we want to continue to get better. We haven't had the success that we wanted, and I think that from a team standpoint, again, like I said earlier, we got our foot on the gas. It's something that we want to get better, and we want to be better than we were the years prior.
Yeah, in the last couple of years, Alan, your defense has been stellar, and you got the stars and studs on that side of the ball. And I remember going through this a couple of years when I was with the Giants. Our defense was great. Our offense was sub-great, let's put it that way. There was some friction, that just happened in the locker room. Where are you all at offensively, because BT led with this, and catching up with what the defense has consistently put out over the last couple of years?
Yeah, we try not to focus on catching up too much. Obviously, we know that our defense has been playing lights out for the past few years, and it's just about us, holding our own on the offensive side of the ball. But again, from the guys that we have on defense and the locker room that we have, we always kind of bond, through some of those tough times and just want to rally together. I think that when we've been at our best, we play complementary football, on both sides of the ball. So it's just figuring out how we can do that more consistently. Again, our defense know what they bring to the table each and every day. And then our defense goes against us as well. So they know that. Obviously, for us, we're trying to continue to get better, and we want to be better than we were the years prior.
One of the better receivers in the game. We're going to let you roll here. I think you have some meetings coming up. But by the way, you a White Sox? I know you're not from Chicago, but you have to embrace
Detroit.
One of the locals. He's from Detroit. So I get that. You're probably Tigers guy. But are you going with the White Sox or are you going with the Cubbies now that you're a Bear? Who are you rooting for?
I will say it's tough. It's tough to go against. The Tigers. But I will say this: we've kind of, just to make it fun, and me and my girlfriend have kind of decided I'm the Cubs guy, and then she's the Sox. So
you just winning. You got the short end of the stick, man. hey, Alan,
I'm trying to make it competitive.
Alan, I'm going to be out in Wisconsin for the Nittany Lions opener this week, this coming weeks actually for Penn State. So hopefully your boys get it back on track. It was a little rough year last year.
Yeah, man, I hope so, man. They got a lot of talent up there, So hopefully, again, man, it's always tough when your alma mater is getting beat up on a little bit, But again, we had some good years, prior when Saquon and Chris Godwin were there,
That's right.
So hopefully we can get back to that. We got a good receiver, this year, and hopefully our quarterback gets better and stuff like that. So it should be a fun year for them, man.
Hey, listen, dude, we know you're juggling. As I mentioned the meetings before, obviously practice. Go do your thing. We don't want to hold you up anymore. Alvin Robinson, terrific receiver for the Bears. They should be pretty good. We'll see where it takes us.
Yep.
Justin Fields, et cetera. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yep. Good luck, Alan.
I appreciate it.
There you go. It's funny. All they got, no matter how much money they make you, just bring a little college with it. Like the voice goes up.
You can't help it.
You can see, even though you can't see, you can feel the glee in their eye.
Yeah,
like they go back
that's
to
right.
that place when they were 18, 19, 20. He might be, and I don't think this is just a prisoner of the moment. I mean, Alvin Robinson is one of the, I'm forgetting about like interior guards.
Yeah.
He's got to be one of the 5 most underrated players in football.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got to be.
Yeah, because nobody talks about how good of seasons he's had.
Without good quarterback
In
play.
Jacksonville, and then he had 1,260 yards last year.
Without good quarterback
That's
play.
exactly right.
That's the amazing part about it.
Yeah, Penn State. By the way, Penn State they had a rough year last year, 4-5.
Yeah, they weren't very good
They
at all. I
weren't
bet
good
against
at
them a
all.
couple times.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop fresh content.